Hi, it's me, the Lame Baker, and today we'll be making Caraway Rye. You'll need 100 grams of bread flour, 170 grams of all-purpose flour, 170 grams of red wheat, if possible. If not, substitute white is fine, and 160 grams of dark whole rye. And here I have 570 grams of water, and I need 160 grams of sourdough starter. In this case, I have my rye. And if your starter floats, that's great, but it is not essential as long as it's ripe. And I hand mix all my dough. You may use a mixer, but just mix it until it's combined. You don't want to develop the gluten or any of that. And now that we have that mixed, we're going to let that stand for 4 hours in autolace. That's going to allow the starter to make a larger sour, and then we'll go from there. So at this point, 4 hours has passed, and you may see some bubbling, but you don't have to have it entirely. Just a little bit is fine. And it's going to go into the cooler for up to 12 hours. Alright, so there's the dough so far. We're getting ready to mix in the final. We need 260 grams of sour cream. $20 grams of salt, 30 grams of caraway seeds, and 320 grams of all-purpose flour. And if you wanted to make this vegan, you could add additional water instead of the sour cream. I usually do about 100 to 150 grams, which should put it 75 to 80% hydration. The dough will be a little stiff because of the cold, but it will warm up as it soften as it warms up. And there's the dough mixed, and we're gonna let that sit for half hour to 45 minutes. All right, so 40 minutes has passed. We're gonna do our first fold. So we'll just do a north, south, east, west fold. Basically, just go around in a circle, and that's it. And let it go another 40 minutes. All right, so it was an hour between this fold, and we're gonna lift it from the middle. Just kind of walk it across, set it down, and we're going to do the same on the other side. Now it's free. Again. And one more time. Alright. Alright, it's been another 40 minutes. I'm just walking away from the edge of the bowl. And then go the other direction. And now it'll go another half hour or so. This will be the final fold. And then we'll wait another 45 minutes and we'll shape it. Alright, now we're ready to divide and shape. Dough cutter wet. Cuts through. And then from here we get the banetons ready. I have a 50-50 blend of rye flour and rice flour. Now, bring the opposite sides in, flip it over. I take each end and connect it, and then stitch. That brings a little extra tension. And this to make sure it's firm, just lift that, give it a little tug. Now these are prepped. I'm going to retard them overnight for about 8 or 9 hours, and I'll bake them in the morning. Morning, I have here the fully proofed loaf. It's been in the refrigerator for about 8 hours now. Usually 4 to 6 is about the maximum. I did cut the 12 hours down to 6 before I mixed in the final dough, and that's why I was able to go a little longer on the proof. Obviously, temperatures and the vigor of your starter is going to make a difference, but this is ready to go. As you can see, it's holding my fingerprints, it's pushing out really slow, and we're going to get it in the oven. I have my oven preheated to 500. I'm going to drop it to 475 once the loaf goes in, and then from there I'll usually bake the second loaf just 475 the whole time. The first loaf, just getting that little bit extra heat seems to help. So I have here just a notebook and a piece of parchment. I find the notebook makes transfer really easy into my Dutch oven. And you can see there's some residual flour. You can rub it in, or you can brush it off. Whichever you choose to do is fine. I usually do kind of a combination of both. I brush it off and then rub the remaining in. Gives it a little bit more of a rustic look. And on the bottom of the loaf, I've just applied more of the pumpernickel blend. Now we're ready to score it. And one thing that I like to do is get a ear on there. Now the best way to do that is to make a C shape with your lamb. Use just the corner, and the arc is going to be, the wider the arc, the taller your ear could be. So I'm just going to start on one end here, and see the dough's opening up. That means there's a good proof on there, and we're going to get it into the oven. Alright, the first 25 minutes at 475 degrees Fahrenheit is just completed, and I'm going to remove the lid now. As you can see, it opened up really nice. I'll go ahead and get it back in the oven. Be about probably 15 to 20 more minutes at 475 and it will be done. Okay, it's been 15 minutes since I removed the lid. After about 7 I checked, noticed the ear was getting a little dark, so I tinted it with some foil. And we'll stick take a look at our loaf. Take the foil off there. Some of the patterning was a little close together and so it cracked there, but overall, pretty nice looking loaf of bread. A nice hollow sound to it. 40 minutes beginning to end on the bake, and it's done.